once again we are learning our mathematics here. So welcome you all. In last period or in last video already we learned about the relation between the zeros and the coefficient of quadratic polynomials. The relation we learned in last video that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. That means sum of two zeros is equal to minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. Also we learn about the product of two zeros is equal to constant term divided by coefficient of x square. That means alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. That two formulas already we learned in last video. Now we are going to solve our exercise 2.2 from our chapter polynomials. And in exercise 2.2, question 1, we have given here that find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials. So they given here a quadratic polynomials. Now first we have to find out the zeros and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So in this question we ask here, we have to find out the zeros of that quadratic polynomials, given quadratic polynomials, and also verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So here we are going to solve our first problem, first example. So here they given the quadratic polynomial that x square minus 2x minus 8. So now we are going to solve it. So first we have to find out the zeros of that quadratic polynomial. So as we know that we already know the method, splitting middle term method, that we also call as a factorization method. So first we are going to solve this problem using the splitting middle term method. So what we can do? So let's try the splitting middle term method over here. So first take that coefficient of x square is the 1 into constant term is the minus 8. So its multiplication will be minus 8. So we have to split that middle term such that its multiplication should be minus 8. Its multiplication should be minus 8, but its addition or subtraction should be minus 2x. So how can we solve it? So let us solve. If we take the numbers like that, 4 minus 4 into 2, so our multiplication will be what? Minus 8. And if we add minus 4 plus 2, then our addition should be the minus 2. So here we can take that numbers minus 4 and the 2. So to split this middle term. Okay, so we are going to split that middle term. So I am writing over here x square minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. So you can see here we split that middle term over here. We split that middle term over here, that minus 4x plus 2x. So we split that middle term over here. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the common things. Okay, so first between that two numbers and also between that two numbers. So let us find out the common between these two terms. So in these two terms, x is the common. So what we got inside the bracket? We got inside the bracket here x and here minus 4. Again, in this term, we have to take out the common things. Again in this term plus 2, because this minus 8 we can write that minus 4 into 2. In that way we can write that. So these two and these two, we can take out the common. So we can take out the plus 2 common, because this is plus and this is it is positive number, it is also positive number. So plus 2 we taken out, and again inside the bracket we got x minus 4. X minus 4. Now you already know that how to solve it. So again in this whole term we have to take out the common things. So x minus 4 and x minus 4 is the common bracket. So again we are going to take out x minus 4 common, and in another bracket we got that x plus 2 is the common. So we got that these two brackets over here. Now we can easily find out the zeros of this quadratic polynomial. So this quadratic polynomial, so let x minus 4 is equal to 0, or we can say x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we have to just now transport that minus 4 to this side. So x is equal to 0 plus 4, changing that sign of the 4, and x is equal to 4. So we got here first 0, that is the x is equal to 4, and as we learned in last video, we call it as a alpha. So we got here alpha, that means our first 0, that is alpha is equal to 4. It's our first 0. Again in this side, x is equal to 0 minus 2 plus 2 is now, when we transport here, it will be minus 2. Now x is equal to minus 2. So here we got our second 0, that we call as a beta. What we call as a beta? So here we got the second 0, beta. So beta, that is our second 0 of this quadratic polynomial, is minus 2. So now we here got two zeros of this quadratic polynomial. So here we complete our half question. Find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. So here we find out the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Now we have to find out the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Just pause the video now. We got the zeros, that is alpha is equal to 4 and the beta is equal to minus 2. Now we are going to find out the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the quadratic polynomial. So let take the quadratic polynomial. So we know that quadratic polynomial is, our given quadratic polynomial is x square minus 2x minus 8. Whenever we compare this quadratic polynomial to our standard format of the quadratic polynomial, then we got the coefficient. So our standard format of the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. When we compare this quadratic polynomial to standard format, then we got that the value of a is equal to 1, because here coefficient of the x square is the 1. Again the value of b, that is the value of b is equal to minus 2, and again our c is the constant term, and when you compare to this quadratic polynomial, then our constant term c is the minus 8. So we got the coefficient over here. So this, for this quadratic polynomial, coefficient of x square, that means a is the 1, coefficient of the x, that means b is the minus 2, and the coefficient of the constant term, that means c is the minus 8. Now we already know the relationship between the zeros and the quadratic polynomial that we learned in last video. So relationship is know that. So first, sum of two zeros. Sum of two zeros is equal to, as we know that, is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. That means we know that here alpha plus beta is equal to minus b, because coefficient of x is the b, that is the b, and coefficient of x square is the a, so is equal to a. So let's verify this relationship, that sum of two zeros equal to minus b upon a. So as we already find out the two zeros, first zero is the alpha is the 4 and beta is the minus 2. And also we know that the coefficients, so let's put that all values in this equation, in this example. Okay, so alpha is equal to 4 plus beta is equal to minus 2 minus b b is the minus 2, so again inside the bracket minus 2 upon a is the 1. Okay, so whenever we solve that, 4 plus in the bracket minus 2, that means answer is the 2, and again minus minus the plus sign divided by 1, that means 2. So here we verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient, but here we verify the sum of the two zeros. So hence verify, we can write in this format, hence verify. So here we find out the sum of the two zeros, but now we have to find out the product of two zeros. The product of two zeros, relationship between the product of two zeros and the coefficient of the quadratic polynomial. As we learned in last videos, the product of two zeros is equal to constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So our two zeros are alpha and beta. So alpha into beta, that are the product of two zeros, is equal to c constant term upon a is the coefficient of the x square. So let's put that values of zeros and the coefficients in this equation. So alpha is equal to 4 into beta is equal to minus 2 is equal to c. Constant is the minus 8 upon coefficient of x square is the 1. So whenever we product it, so 4 into minus 2 is the minus 8 and minus 8 upon 1 is the minus 8. So again here we verify the relationship between the product of two zeros is equal to coefficient, that means constant term upon the coefficient of x square. So we can write hence verify. So in this whole problem, we here solve our first example from our exercise 2.2 from question 1. So here you know that what we have to find in this example. We have to first find out the zeros of given quadratic polynomial, and then we have to verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the quadratic polynomial. And here we find out the zeros first, and then we also verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of quadratic polynomial. I hope so you understand it. Again I will solve one more example to understand you more clearly. Thank you.